Vincent here with Peconi Real Estate. I'm here with Chris at 201 Main Street with Chip and Malt, here to talk about some fish and chips. We are just about to hit the lunch rush, so we're going to be quick. When can people come here and get some fish and chips? Most importantly, when can they get the fish and chips?
So we're open 5 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday from 11:30 to 8. And then Fridays and Saturdays from 11:30 to 9, closed on Sundays and Mondays.
So what do we do on Sunday if we want fish and chips?
Oh, you gotta wait. Yeah,
wait till Tuesday.
Yeah,
worth the wait.
Well, you know what? It's busy on Tuesdays because of that, right? Because people have that craving, right? They've been missing it for 2 days, and they actually like.
There's a line above the door now. The lunch rush is about to happen, right? So
yeah, we're pretty. Like what you see is what you get, right? We try to be like a little bit, nicer atmosphere, right? Most fish and chips places are like takeaway. Right, yes. They're like a nice, like a little family mom and pop shop.
Yes.
You wanted to kind of give customers an experience, right? Where you're not just going to grab takeout and go home. You can actually come out with your family, sit down, nice atmosphere. You know what I mean? Get good food. You know what I mean? And most of our customers that have people that come over, to visit from the UK say that some of the best fish and chips in England are either run by Greeks or Cypriots.
Really?
So, yeah. So I guess who knows, right? Like maybe it's in our blood to do fish and chips. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know the Greeks were big on fish and chips.
Yeah. My father-in-law for forever has been dying for a fish and chips restaurant. And then George and I, my brother-in-law and I, we finally did it, right? And it's actually worked really well.
Yeah. What was it like doing it? Was it scary, starting a business?
No, we had before this we had 2 other breakfast restaurants, Sunset Grills. Okay. That we owned and operated. We ended up selling them to do something a little bit different.
Sure.
Get out of the whole franchise scene. Want to do our own kind of concept, our own idea.
Yeah.
But then when this place came along, Main Street was booming, right? Made in Mexico started it up. Then Hungry Brew Hops came up, Goulash House. Actually, Made in Mexico was on You Gotta Eat Here on the Food Network, which caught our eye. And then we found a spot on the street. But construction, because it's a historical building, typically construction's about 3-4 months. For us, it took about a year and a bit.
Right.
And the customers, our regular customers, have actually, we all over the windows we had Keep Calm, fish and chips coming soon, right? And the running joke for them now is that, it took so long for us to open. And then I would just kind of spin it on them and be like, well, it was more for us, right? For us to keep calm because of the construction, how long it took, right? It was long and stressful. Yeah. I'll be honest with you.
Absolutely.
Like it took us a year and a half, and then we finally opened. Thank God we did. And as soon as we opened, bang, it was
yeah, what's it been like since then? I mean, I was in here last week. It was packed at lunch.
Yeah. No, it's been great. Customers are really, really good. We haven't advertised at all, so it's all been word of mouth and people telling their friends, telling their family, come check this out, bring them out, right? And which is the best type of advertising you can do, right? Because people are kind of like they're putting their name on the line, right? They're sticking.
That's right.
Just to make sure that like if we mess up, then they look bad, right? So and then we appreciate them telling them because we hope that they tell their friends and they tell and that's kind of snowballed how into what it is right now, right? So,
yeah. What's it like? What does it feel like knowing that the business is thriving, but because people love what you're doing? How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes you feel great, right? Because people is kind of, they bought into your vision, they bought into what your passion is, right? Food is both of our passions. And that's another reason why we wanted to do something of our own, right? Because we believe in creating everything ourselves. If you want to just get something where you just out of a package, you can do that at home, right? You can go to a grocery store, buy something, and just make it yourself, right? But when you go to a restaurant, it should be an experience, right? You shouldn't. I don't know. Our personal belief is you shouldn't just scoop ice cream out of a pail and give it to the customer. We actually make our ice cream.
Yeah, you make everything on site.
Yes, we do. So we make our ice creams here. We bake all the desserts here. We bring in brisket, sirloin, and chuck from Beretta Farms. We grind it in house. You can order a burger any temperature you want. If you like your steak medium rare, you can have a burger medium rare. Right. So everything is made in house.
It's a totally different pride of ownership when it's everything being done here. You're not bringing stuff in and just kind of warming it up and serving it, right?
Yeah, of course. And it's a lot of work, obviously, right? But yeah, it's also satisfying when you see customers eating the food and they really enjoy it.
Absolutely. Right. And so, not your typical fish and chip place. I mean, this is very clearly when I came in here. I mean, when you come in here, like you'll know right away. Like this is not, it's not a food counter. So tell me a bit about how you guys are different.
Well, the whole idea behind this was offering like a fish and chips in a contemporary atmosphere good fish and chip, proper fish and chips that people that have come over from England or from the East Coast that really know their food. It reminds them of home,
right?
But in a nice, really nice atmosphere where if you want to go out with a family or if you have a date and you want to come out, and, it's not just like I don't know how to explain it.
It's just a step up from a traditional fish and chip.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, but it's a little bit of a step up.
Exactly, right? So you can make a night of it, Friday night. Or, I'm not just going to go grab some takeout. Let's go for fish and chips. You can actually go down and sit down, and it's a nice atmosphere.
Exactly. So I know you live in the area. So how did you pick Newmarket to start the business?
I was mostly because of the demographic in the area. We really like the fact that there's a lot of East Coasters that live here. A lot of people from the UK that were over here. So we knew that they would appreciate the standard of food that we want to do because it reminds them of back home, right? So big pieces of fish, right? Most fish and chips places. In the GTA do like 2-piece halibuts. We don't do 2-piece halibuts. We don't do 2-piece cods or 2-piece haddocks. It's like one big piece of fish. Where if you were to look online at places like famous places, poshy places over in the UK, that's what they do.
Right.
Right. So it was that, right. And Main Street is we really feel that it's up and coming. Hopefully into like a Unionville. Customers like walking in and saying that it reminds them like the Eat Street, right? Because a lot of cool places that are opening up, from bars to great bakeries on the street as well, right. to great restaurants as well, right?
Right. Tell me a bit about the change you've seen on the street. Like you said, Made in Mexico kind of got it all going, but clearly a little bit of a revitalization, some new places coming in. So tell me a bit about that. About how does that excite you for the future?
Oh, for sure. Main Street used to be a street maybe 7 years ago that. It was kind of like it needed some work, right? It needed some love. It's not somewhere that you want to go, I guess, all the time. And now it's just buzzing, right? Whether they're having like the Santa Claus parade or other festivals and stuff that are going on the street, to like a Riverwalk, which is like a swimming pool in the summertime and. An ice rink in winter, it just draws families, it draws people. It's like a destination for everybody to go. Like on the weekends or on weeknights, especially in the summer, it's just hopping like the entire every day of the week. It's just busy all the time.
Yeah, it's incredible. One of the things I've noticed about Newmarket is you still get a little bit of the small town feel. You still get a nice bang for your buck on the real estate side, but there still is. Now there is anywhere. There is that local place you can come. It's a little bit of a community hub. People walk up and down the street. Like you said, there's lots to do. People can walk in and find really good food.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see a little bit of the change that you can do both things here, right?
Yeah. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people say like world famous this or the best. It's all up to the person, right? We like to think that we're good at what we do. We love what we do, and we hope that people appreciate it and enjoy it as much as we enjoy making it. But we're always learning. Everybody's always learning, right? We always, if somebody does something better, then you adapt and hopefully you get better, right? Customers, they've approached us about things that they like and things that they want to do, and we've kind of adapted to that. For example, a lot of vegetarians in the area, they really want to eat at the restaurant, but they can't because they don't eat fish.
Right.
So in the UK, they're doing something. It's called halloumi and chips. Which is, for those of you that you don't know what halloumi is, or you might know what it is, but it's cheese, right? So in the UK, the vegetarian fish and chips is fried halloumi cheese, battered, in circle chips, and then now
sounds incredible.
We have a whole bunch of vegetarians that come and eat as well now, right? So. In the past, what would happen would be like they would kind of avoid the restaurant. His family would come to the restaurant, or their family would come to the restaurant, and then they wouldn't be able to come in and eat. Now they do, right? So, like different things, like we're always adding, right? Always adding, subtracting, what works, what doesn't work. We found that it really works really well for us, right?
Yeah, it's an incredible too. Like Newmarket is changing, so keeping up with what the demand is, that makes sense. I mean, it's amazing to hear you guys are innovating. People don't often think of getting a piece of cheese and chips, but it's amazing that you make that as an offering. That way, it's inclusive to everybody as well. So, Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for making the time today, and I can't wait for you guys to open them so I can get another piece of halibut.
All right, very much. Very nice.
Thanks so much.